everyone, Stephanie here with Usborne Books and More. I am here to share with you today some of our new fiction releases. As always, we go from baby all the way up to young adults. There's definitely something for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and start with our youngest readers, then we'll work our way up. The first one is from our ever popular That's Not My series, meant for ages babies all the way up to probably, I would say, preschool age. Follows that same repetitive text. That's not my lemur, its back is too furry. That's not my lemur, its legs are too soft. Lots of nice touchy-feelies to reach out, and a nice bold outline, which helps babies really hone in on those images. So that's not my lemur. The next one I want to show you is from our, I love this series, it's our sound books. This is Wild Animal Sound Book. So this one, I love the sounds in this one. Isn't that awesome? So there are lots of different pictures to look at and sounds on every page, and then finger trails that children can run their fingers along as they interact with the story. So that's Wild Animals Sound Book. The next one I want to share with you is also one of our sound books. This one is so much fun. I was doing it with my youngest reader. It's Dance with Dinosaurs. So you press the buttons and then it's going to play the sound, and you're supposed to do what it tells you to do. So that one's stomping, and then there's clapping. Isn't that such fun music? And then at the very end, they all get together and they all dance together with their different sounds. And then there is an on-off switch, which is very important as well, right? The next one I want to share with you is from our Peek Inside a Fairy Tale series. I love this series. It is such a treasure. Our newest one is Aladdin. So this tells the traditional story of Aladdin and the magic genie in the lamp. And then there are, with all of our Peek Inside series, there's claps to open as well. So that is Peek Inside a Fairy Tale Aladdin. The next one I want to share with you is, if you're familiar with our Never Show a T-Rex a Book, we have a new one in the series. It's called Never Teach a Stegosaurus to Do Sums. Now this one has kind of a similar feel to like Never Give a Mouse a Cookie, or If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, I should say, except it's dinosaur themed. So as you go through, you can see she teaches the dinosaur to do math and all the things that happen when she does. So if you enjoyed the first one, you will definitely like this one just as much. It's Never Teach a Stegosaurus to Do Sums. The next one I want to share with you, I love this series so much. The first one was I'm Not Very Afraid of the Dark, and the next one was I'm Almost Always Kind, which is probably one of my favorite Usborne books. We have a new one. It's I'm Not Very Afraid of Being Alone. So these books really help children sort of work through those fears that a lot of children face. Beautiful illustrations, and I've actually used this with my youngest because he's scared to be alone. So some of the kind of tips in here have helped him too. Like he went upstairs the other day by himself and he said, "Can you sing to me while I'm upstairs?" And I said, "Sure," and I'm sure it was a terrible singing voice as I almost yelled up the stairs, but he was able to go up there by himself, which is what happens in the story. So anyway, great book, definitely one to check out. The next one I want to share with you is our Animal Stories for Little Children. This one has those sort of traditional tales. Some of them are over 1,000 years old. So like Aesop's fables and other traditional stories. So that one's a lot of fun. Great to check out. The next one I want to share with you is Illustrated Stories of Monsters, Ogres, and Giants. I love this one! Lots of great stories. I also enjoy the fact that in this one, Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack is actually a girl, which I think is a lot of fun. It's fun to see the variations sort of in these stories, so that's that one. Our newest from the Illustrated Stories is Mermaids. So this is all about different mermaid stories, as you can see, sort of the old traditional stories there. So that is Illustrated Stories for Mermaids, or I should say of mermaids. Who's a fan of fairy unicorns? I have a new one in the series. Look at that, fairy unicorns. It didn't look like they were going to come out with another one, and they did. If you're not familiar with this series, it's about a girl named Zoe who discovers in her great aunt's oak tree a land of fairy unicorns. And so she is helping the fairy unicorns fight against an evil pony named Shadow. So that's the new one in that series. The next one I want to show you is Mini Monsters. Billy and the Mini Monsters. My boys absolutely love this one. It's about a boy named Billy who discovers mini monsters living in his sock drawer. And the mini monsters always try to help him, but a lot of times they get him into trouble instead. So this is one of our newest ones. It's Monsters Go Green. I love that it has full color illustrations, which my boys really appreciate. So there's this one, and then there's also one about Christmas. The next one I want to share with you is Maria Curious Girl Genius. Right now there's 3 in the series. I've not read it yet, but it's about a girl who goes to camp, and she is very smart, and so are the other kids at the camp. And they realize that there's a spy at camp, and that they're trying to unleash this computer virus. So she and her best friend have to help save the world from this computer virus that these people are trying to unleash. So anyway, there is that one right there. And the last one I want to show you, I've not read this yet, but I'm really excited about it. It's called The Midnight Unicorn, as you can see, and this is a pretty thick one. So I'll read you the back. It says, if you thought you'd heard every fairy tale, then think again. Danger, mystery, and magic await. Their story began once upon a time, but how will it end? So you can see this one's a lot longer, and meant for older children. So there's this one, and then there's also, this is book 2, The Darkest Unicorn. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed hearing about our fiction books. Thanks for watching, everyone.